These are all 16th notes all the way through. Here's beats 1, beat 2, beat 3, and beat 4. All right, so let's write this down. 1E and 2E and 3E and 4E and So to write this down together, all this is just 16 16th notes. 1E and a 2E and a 3E and a 4E and a. So if I did 4 quarter notes, remember, I'm going to play it like this. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. If I wanted 8th notes, I'm going to do it like this. So quarter notes were 1, 2, 3, 4. 8th notes are going to be this. Ready? Go. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. So to take this further, now since we're starting to understand it, if I wanted to take this to 16th notes, it's the same thing but twice as fast. Not in terms of tempo, but in terms of how you count it. So before we had 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and, we now have 1E and a 2E and a 3E and a 4E and a 1E and a 2E and a 3E and a 4E and a 1E and a 2E and a 3E and a 4E and a. So let's look at this further. If I have 3 8th notes, there's a way of writing these 3 8th notes right here that I just circled. A good way of writing. Oh, Spotted Deer, I'll see you. Thank you so much, man. Seriously, Spotted Deer, that means so much to me. Thank you for being amazing. An amazing person. Guys, don't forget, you can also subscribe to the mailing list at waltribeiro.net. Definitely check it out. So here we have 1E and a 2E and a 3E and a 4E and a. So now we have these 3 16th notes. Okay? The way that I'm going to write out those 3 16th notes are like this. Okay? My 8th note is good for 2 16th notes. 1 8th note equals 2 16th notes. But now, what do I do if I want 3 16th notes? You're probably saying, like, man, how would I write that out? But you know what? Your boy Walt's going to show you how to write it out. Your boy Walt's going to show you how to write it out. All right? So I make that dotted. The dot adds another 16th note to it because it adds half of the beat to itself. So now we have a dotted 16th note right here. Okay? Yeah, sorry about the marker, about hitting you in the face. A dotted 16th note. And then here is the last 16th note. So there's 4 16th notes for every beat. Here's one whole beat. This dotted 8th note owns 3 of them. This 16th note, of course, is one of them. So there's your 4 beats. This is tied to 2 8th notes, which is 1 and. So remember how I said that 16th notes were counted? 1E and a 2E and a 3E and a 4E and a? Check it out. 1E and a. So this owns 3 of the 16th notes. So it's 1E and is the dot, but you clearly don't count it. So it's 1E and a. So 1E and a, 2E and a, or 2E and. So it's 1E and a, 2E and. So if I were to speed this up quicker, check this out. I'm going to count the 1. I'm going to count the a. I'm going to count not the downbeat of 2, because that's a tie, but then I'm going to count the and, which is right here. So let me count this pattern below with a metronome. So the pattern below was a dotted quarter note. Sorry. Okay, so if I wanted to count a dotted quarter note, it's going to be triplet, 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 triplet. Now, if I wanted to count this rhythm, it's going to be 1 and 1 and 1 and 1 and. So now you're literally seeing, hearing, feeling, experiencing the fact that this rhythm below, right here, well, what was there, this rhythm here to the right is almost technically the same rhythm, rhythmically, not technically, but is almost the same rhythm orally as this one. So you're probably saying to yourself, well, if I'm confused, yo, what's up, you streamer? If I'm confused about writing triplet notes or triplet quarter notes, you can very well just write them out like that. I mean that's fine to do, okay? But just understand that it's not a perfect dictation, though. If you want the quarter note, you're going to have to write quarter notes in the same way that if you write that note up top, it's not going to sound exactly the same as a quarter note. So the new song is Alone. Okay, sir?